Welcome to 8.4 Part 2, where I'm going to be solving the equations that we set up in the story problem section here. So, looking at the first one here about the neck warmers, we have the striped and the solid neck warmers. When I'm solving this problem right here, I'm going to go ahead and use elimination, and elimination usually works best on a lot of those. Now, I'm going to eliminate the x right here. So I'm going to multiply this top row by negative 9.9. When I do this, if we multiply everything by that, we're going to get some cancellation. So, negative 9.9 times x is negative 9.9x. Negative 9.9 times y is negative 9.9y. And then, if we have 40 times negative 9.9, this is going to give us negative 396. So I'm just going to go ahead and use these two equations to add them together. Here, of course, our x's cancel out. Our 12.75 minus 9.9 is 2.85. So 2.85y equals, and then if we have 421.65 minus our 396, we have $25.65. So now divide by our 2.85. And we get y equals 9. So, if you recall, that was the number of striped neck warmers. So we can say there are 9 striped neck warmers. And if you recall, there's 40 total. So we can say, well, if 9 of them were striped, well then 31, the rest of them were solid. So there 9 were striped and 31 were solid. Okay, so that's the first one. So, moving on to the... Okay. Let's get that out of the way. Okay, now moving on to the second one. The second one was about the Deep Thought granola and the Oat Dream granola. If you remember, X was Deep Thought and Y was Oat Dream. We had 20 total pounds. We had X plus Y equals 20. And we also had 0.25X plus 0.1Y equals the total amount, which was 19%. And we wanted a total of 20 pounds. So 19 times 20. Okay, so this was the equation that we had to set up. Now, this one, I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to manipulate both these. I'm going to get rid of the y's because 0.1 is smaller than 2.5. So I'm going to multiply everything in this top row by negative 0.1. So do our distribution here. We have negative 0.1x. Do our distribution here. Minus 0.1y. Do our distribution here. Negative 2. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and write the second one. We have our 0.25x plus 0.1y, and then 0.19 times 20 is 0.19 times 20 is 3.8, so equals 3.8. So we've gone ahead and multiplied our y's by negative 0.1, so they cancel. These y's cancel. Negative 0.1 x plus 0.25 is 0.15x, and this equals 1.8. Divide by both sides by 0.15. And when we do that, we get x equals 12. So, if you recall, that means we're going to get 12 pounds. So we want 12 pounds of Deep Thought. So 12 pounds of Deep Thought granola, and then if we have 12 pounds of Deep Thought and 20 pounds total, that means we're going to have 8 pounds of Oat Dream. Okay, so that's the second one. Now, the third one, let me move a bunch of that stuff up. Get up there. Okay, so the next one, we had the cornmeal and we had the soybean meal. So if you remember that equation, we had C as the corn and S as the soy. We had S plus C equals 350 because we wanted 350 total pounds. Now, the soybean meal was at 16% protein, so 0.16 S. The cornmeal was at 9%, so 0.09 C. This equals, we wanted a 12% mixture times 350. So that was the equation. So once again, I'm going to rewrite both of these, and I'm going to eliminate the C's because, well, 0.09 is smaller than 0.16, so it's easier to multiply. So negative 0.09 times S gives us negative 0.09 S. Distribution here, minus 0.09 C. Distribution here, 350 times negative 0.09 is going to give us negative 31.5. Rewriting the second equation, we have 0.16 S plus 0.09 C, and 0.12 times 350 is going to give us 42. Add these two together. This is going to give us 0.07 S. So 0.07 S, these C's cancel. And then here, negative 31.5 plus 42 is 10.5 divided by 0.07. So S is 150. So we want 150 pounds of soybean meal. So 150 pounds. Not much. How you doing? So there's 150 pounds of soy bean meal, and if there's 350 total pounds and there's 150 of soy, that means there's 200 pounds of corn meal. Okay, so that's that one. So we move on to the next one. The next one is the one about the interest. So let me move this up. Moving all of this up, get up, out of the way. Okay, so the one about interest is this. We had the two student loans. We said the first one we were going to do at, let's do this, X dollars, so X was the first student loan, Y was the second student loan, and there was a total of $12,000 of student loan. Now the interest on the first one was 6%, 0.06X. The interest on the second one was 0.09Y, and the total interest that accrued after 1 year was $855. So here I'm just going to eliminate the x's because x is the smaller coefficient. So I'm going to multiply everything by negative 0.06, negative 0.06x, minus 0.06y, and then 12,000 times 0.6 is negative 720. So we go ahead and combine these. These cancel. 0.09y minus 0.06y is 0.03y, and then 755 minus 855 minus 720 is going to be 135 divided by 0.03. And we get y equals $4,500. So that tells us the second loan, was for $4,500. And the first loan, because we had $12,000 total, if we take the $4,500 away from the $12,000, we're going to get the first loan was for $7,500. So that's how you solve those. See you next time for the next setups of the problems.